Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's writing lesson on the United Nations. We are going to study the concept of leadership. We will think about the contexts in which there are leaders and consider the qualities that distinguish a good leader from a bad one. We will also discuss our ideas in the class to gain a better understanding of an ideal leader. Are you ready, students? Then let us begin with an activity. Please choose a partner. Working in pairs, make a list of all the contexts in which there are leaders. For example, you might say that a council needs a chairman. Think of as many as you can and the sorts of leaders that each of them requires. I will see you again in 2 minutes.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I am sure that you had some great ideas. Let us look at some possible answers. Because we are in school, we will discuss some of the leaders in the context of education and schooling. The context of a class demands a teacher who is obviously a leader. Some classes also have a student president who represents the interests of the students within the class. Many large schools have departments for different subjects, such as math, chemistry, and civics. Each department usually has a senior teacher who is charged with running the whole department. Maybe your teacher is not only the head of your classroom, but also the head of a whole department. Most large schools also have a principal who is in charge of looking after all of the departments. The principal is the leader of the school. In a university context, the leader is not called a principal, but a dean. Principals are often supervised by people called superintendents, who look after many schools at once and make sure that the principals are doing their jobs properly. So, a superintendent is a leader as well. Superintendents report directly to the part of the Ethiopian government called the Ministry of Education. This department is led by a minister, who is the leader of all the superintendents, principals, teachers, and students in Ethiopia. Do you think that the Minister of Education has a leader too? Yes, he does. The Minister of Education is led by the Prime Minister himself. You see, students, there are many different leaders in different contexts. Now for our next discussion question. With the same partner as before, discuss to what extent you think all leaders need the same qualities. Does teacher need the same qualities as a principal? Does a superintendent need the same qualities as the Minister of Education? Think about qualities that all good leaders might have in common and share them with the class. Be sure to justify your answers. Teacher, please write the best answers on the board for everyone to consider. Have a good discussion, and I will be right back.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, everyone. There are many possible answers, are there not? Perhaps you said that leaders all need confidence. You need to feel like you know what you are doing if you are going to lead other people. Otherwise, you might find yourself paralyzed by doubt and uncertainty. Leaders also need vision. It is not enough to tell people what to do every day. A good leader has a plan for the future and convinces others that his or her plan is good enough to be worth doing. If people feel like they are working toward a worthy goal, they are much more willing to be led. A good leader needs empathy. Empathy is the ability to sympathize with others and feel what they feel. Leaders try to understand their followers' motivations, concerns, and worries, and do their best to help whenever they can. If you feel like your leader cares for you and understands your feelings, you will want to help them in the same way to achieve their goals. Someone who tries to lead without empathy will simply end up bullying others to get what they want. These are just a few possible answers. I am sure that you had many more great ideas, and you are starting to form clear ideas about what constitutes a good leader. Now it is time for our third activity. Please work on your own this time. Write a paragraph about what makes a good leader. Be sure that the paragraph expresses your own opinion and not just what you think you should say. Justify the points you make and provide examples. Remember to use the 7 stages of writing when you are writing your paragraph. We have already finished the thinking and brainstorming stages in class, so continue by planning, drafting, checking, rewriting, and proofreading. You are going to be comparing your writing with that of your classmates, so be sure to craft the best argument you can.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello once more, everyone. I hope that you were able to make a good start on your answers about leadership. If you are doing well, it probably contains phrases like, "A good leader should be decisive when making important decisions because this will earn him or her respect." If you need to, take a bit of time after class to finish writing your paragraph. Then trade papers with a classmate and read his or her essay. See how his or her ideas contrast with your own, and offer both compliments and constructive criticism when they are appropriate. When you have finished, trade back your papers, take them home, and implement your classmates' suggestions. Today, we have discussed the different kinds of leaders and what they all have in common. I hope that all of your essays will be as excellent as I expect them to be. In our next lesson, we will learn about Ethiopia's Millennium Development Goals. Until then, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.